There comes a moment in every life when silence speaks louder than words, when stillness carries more power than pursuit. And if you've ever felt invisible while giving everything, this message is for you. There's a point in every pursuit, romantic, social, or professional, where the dynamic shifts. At first, you're the one reaching out, offering your time, your energy, your soul. But then, something inside you cracks. You feel it, don't you? That slow burn in your chest when your presence becomes background noise. That ache when kindness is met with convenience. How many times have you confused access with connection? How often have you poured into people who only turned to you when they needed to feel wanted? We tell ourselves that consistency is strength, but sometimes it's just fear. Fear of being forgotten. Fear of facing the truth that maybe they never valued you in the first place. The Stoics knew this feeling. They taught that pulling away, choosing yourself, and standing still while others drift isn't weakness. It's wisdom. Because when you stop chasing, when you let silence speak for you, the people who once overlooked you begin to unravel in your absence. At first, the instinct feels pure. You reach out. You check in. You care. With every message, every gesture, you believe you're building something real. Connection, intimacy, loyalty. But slowly, the balance shifts. The more you give, the less it seems to matter. Delayed replies, vague answers, missed calls. You brush it off. But deep down, you know this isn't devotion. It's dependence disguised as love. And in that imbalance, you lose yourself. You hand them the pen to write your story. You kneel before a pedestal they never even asked to stand on. The message, though unspoken, becomes clear. You are above me. I need you more than you need me. And human nature responds predictably. What is freely offered without demand becomes expected. What becomes expected turns into background noise, and what becomes noise is no longer heard. The Stoics warned us, it is not things that disturb us, but our opinions about things. It's not their silence that hurts you, it's the meaning you attach to it. Their distance becomes rejection, their silence becomes abandonment, and suddenly, your inner world is tied to their response, or their lack of it. That's not connection. That's emotional outsourcing. But here's the truth. Stepping back isn't cruelty. It's clarity. You're not punishing someone by withdrawing. You're protecting your peace. You're saying, without words, I refuse to beg for a space that should have been freely given. And when that space turns empty, something powerful happens. The absence they once ignored begins to echo. Your silence grows louder than any explanation ever could, because people notice what's missing more than they value what's consistent. What they took for granted becomes the very thing they crave. They don't miss you at first. They miss the way they felt when you were around, the validation, the comfort, the certainty. Without it, they're left facing a version of themselves they don't know how to soothe. Yes, it hurts to stop chasing. It feels wrong, like failure. But that discomfort isn't weakness. It's withdrawal from a pattern that was never meant to last. What follows is grief, not for them, but for the version of you that thought you had to earn love by proving you were enough. That version isn't built for peace. It's built for pursuit. And peace doesn't live in pursuit. It lives in presence. Your stillness becomes a mirror. The moment you stop proving, stop explaining, the other person is left to face silence they can't control. And most people fear what they can't control. Your silence removes the script. No more predictable reactions. No more safety net. Just space. And in that space, reflection grows. Reflection that often turns into regret. This isn't manipulation. It's cause and effect. They don't feel the weight of your presence until they're forced to live without it. But here's what you must never forget. Your worth was never tied to their recognition. It wasn't proven by your messages, your calls, your effort. It was always there. Silence doesn't take away your value. It finally reveals it. So, you don't go silent to punish. You go silent to heal, to reclaim the energy you once scattered outward, hoping it would return as love. To remind yourself that inner peace isn't found in what others say to you, but in what you stop saying to them. That silence, born not from pain but from peace, becomes unshakable. And yes, they will test it. They'll send vague messages, old memories, little signals to see if you'll break. But your power lies in how you respond. Not with anger, not with over-explaining, but with steadiness, with boundaries, with silence that says, I'm not here to convince, I'm here to live. Because real power isn't loud. It doesn't argue. It doesn't demand to be heard. Real power is stillness, dignity, walking away without the need to announce it. That's what unsettles people most. They can prepare for anger. They can fight back against confrontation. But they can't defend against silence. And here's the twist. By the time they finally notice what they've lost, you've already outgrown the version of yourself who ever needed their approval. You've sat with silence. You've learned to enjoy it. You've seen that peace isn't begged for. It's chosen. That's the transformation. You stop needing to be seen because you've finally seen yourself. You stop needing to be chosen because you've already chosen yourself. So remember this. Silence isn't weakness. It's wisdom. And when you master it, you no longer chase anyone, because you've already found the one person worth holding on to, yourself. If these words reached you, then you're ready for the next step. Join me here on Save Yourself, where we don't just talk about Stoic wisdom, we live it. Because the strongest voice in the room isn't the loudest. It's the one who has learned the power of silence.